I'm excited for the Switch 2. At the moment, I give it like a good 9 out of 10 for a console. As a console, a 9 out of 10. Of course, there's still going to be way more that I need to do with this. Hopefully, a few months down the line, I have way more information. So I don't think I've ever really done an unboxing before, but oh, got my hands on one of these bad boy things to my homie because he decided to buy a Legion Go at Best Buy, but they didn't have it. But they had these, so I had it to open it. I'm gonna do that right now because I just want to, and it was here, so I wasn't even able to open it. Anyways, well, I was about to open it in the wrong direction, so ooh, that looks slick. The lighting doesn't really help too much, however. Dude, this thing is... Jesus. This thing alone is pretty huge. I also was able to bring my OLED here for a comparison, and my goodness. Let me do it off the corner. Look at... What the hell? That is a big difference. Joy-Cons, right? One in front of the other. Damn. Okay. You know what? They feel the same. The buttons feel the same. Everything should be the same. Even the sticks are clicky the same way. I will say this does look a lot sleeker just because of the accents. Like the blue and the orange accents look really fucking good on this. But they do feel good on the hands. Like, I don't know. I do kind of like the bigger Joy-Con. I'm not gonna lie. Also, a huge difference. The buttons. This is way more comfortable than this. Like I played a lot of Mario Kart with friends and family. This was not the most comfortable. This is like, this doesn't necessarily look comfortable. My right finger, like if you have big hands, it's not a big issue. But for those who don't have big hands, this might be somewhat of an issue. Other than that, this is playable. This is very much playable. Oh, I had it upside down too, because this is the stand. You know what? That is sturdy. That is sturdy. You got the micro SD card in there, USB-C on the bottom, plus USB-C on the top with the audio jack. Ooh, you don't see that too often. The power button, the volume buttons, and then you also have the game cartridge slot here. Oh, it's actually from the back side. Oh, that's different. You just slide it up and it kind of just bends back. Okay. Interesting. Let's turn this bad boy on. Nice. Okay. Let's see how... Oh my goodness. So there's a little button right here. They're supposed to... Wow. Not too bad. Those magnets work very, very well. I am just gonna... Cool. Damn, I forgot everything else in the box. So you do have a power brick, which this one seems to be doing... it doesn't matter. Anyways, you have the brick, you have the cable, which is awesome. There's still more in here, so let's go ahead and grab that. Is there anything under paper? Yes, there's an HDMI cable. Really cool. For those of you... Oh, the straps, honestly, never really used them too much, but let's see how they feel. I just slapped myself in the face. Alright, let's see how these are these the straps? They are, but it has some grooves here. So it looks like this also acts as the mouse stand or feature, or yeah, I can see like this gliding around. It feels like the mouse pads, like the gliders underneath in here. Boom. Actually, this looks a lot different from the Switch 1 because it's a lot more rounded out. But now that I have to remove this, which I would assume, yep, you gotta press the little button. Now, again, real test for the magnets. They auto align. That's really cool. Gotta remove this. That's really sick. Honestly, great design. Nice. Wow, that looks really sleek. I actually really enjoy that. Feels, firsthand, feels comfortable. And you can still reach these. You won't be able to really hit it by accident, which is really nice. Not too shabby. That's actually really cool. Opened. I don't have the first Switch stand to compare this to, but let's take a look at the back. Just removes off. It is a plate. So you can see you have your LAN or Ethernet port, you have an HDMI port, and then you have your AC adapter on the very top, which is honestly, this looks sleek. Then you also have the fan. That was not included in the first dock, so actually really fucking cool. Is it easy to put back? Just because sometimes, you know, you can do this without looking? Yeah, easy. Okay, everything is finally set up, so the very last thing, first impressions, I guess. This screen looks absolutely phenomenal. Once it's not like washed out, it looks great. The only downside is that I have my other Switch, right? If I click and I try to play, it will suspend it from the second one. So yeah. So even if let's say you have a sibling and they're trying to play the game and you know it's on this, unfortunately if it's on the same account twice, it's not going to happen. I don't know if it's going to work if it's two separate accounts. I would assume that it has to be purchased separately unless you have like the physical one twice. I don't know. But yeah, it pretty much asks you, hey, add this to your add the virtual card. So I don't know, kind of cool to know. Didn't think it was gonna happen. I just was curious, and I was like, you know what? All right, good information. Other than that, you know, just a side-by-side comparison. This bad boy next to this, like, the colors definitely pop a little bit more, and yeah, way bigger screen, colors pop for sure, and I'm excited. I'm gonna end up, unfortunately I didn't get my hands on the Mario Kart bundle, so I do have to pay a little bit more just to get that,